All right, at this time, we'll call to order the City of Kenai Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for July 12th, 2023. Will you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item A2, roll call, please.
Chair Tweet,
Here.
Vice Chair Halsted,
Here.
Commissioner Glendenning is absent, Commissioner Greenberg,
Here.
Commissioner Woodard. Here. Commissioner Costin,
Here.
and Commissioner Fikes. And Commissioner Fikes is present on Zoom, so you'll
Oh.
form.
Good for her. All right, item A3, approval of the agenda and the consent agenda. Can I get a motion, please? Vice Chair Halsted.
I move we approve the agenda and consent agenda as presented.
All right, could the clerk please read the consent agenda into the record?
You have regular meeting of June 28th, 2023, approval of minutes, and new business action approval requesting an excused absence for the June 28th, 2023 regular meeting from Commissioner Greenberg, and that's your consent agenda.
All right, is there anyone that would like to speak to any item that the consent agenda was just read? All right, seeing none, we have a motion. Is there any objection to the motion to approve the consent agenda? Seeing none, they are approved. C, scheduled public comment, we have none. D, unscheduled public comment, anyone in the public liking to speak to any item not on the agenda? All right, consideration of plats under E, we have one, Resolution PZ 2023-12, recommending approval for a preliminary plat, Obert's Silver Salmon subdivision to subdivide a parcel into two lots located at 4805 Silver Salmon Drive, parcel ID 049-37013 in the Rural Residential Zoning District. Can I get a motion, please? Vice Chair Halsted.
I move we approve Resolution PZ 2023-12, recommending approval for preliminary plat over at Silver Salmon subdivision.
All right, a second.
I'll second.
Second. All right, staff report.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioner, and member of the public. Before you is resolution as identified PZ 2023-12. It's a preliminary plat to subdivide an approximate 33.65 acre lot into two lots. Currently, it's vacant, and it is within the Rural Residential Zoning District. Land use designation is low-density residential. At this time, there is no proposed use for it. Surrounding uses are vacant. West is the Kenai River. To the south is really just the boat launch. In your packet, you'll see the preliminary plat. It's a little bit difficult to see there. A little closer up, what you see in red is where the subdivision line is. So the parcel or the lot to the north would be one of the lots, and the second lot is to the south of that red line. And then, with that being said, each lot is approximately, the top one is about 11.38 acres. The lot to the south is about 22.27 acres. When it comes to preliminary plats, certain standards have to be met when it comes to subdivision regulations, development requirements, and these do meet those standards, such as the minimum lot width, the minimum lot size of the zoning district, and this is along Silver Salmon, which, while it's not a city-maintained road, it is a dedicated road, so we don't need to address that. And what else is there? In terms of development, once they submit building plans, we'll look at setbacks, building height, location, parking, access at that time. So I just want to be clear that what we're looking at when it comes to city standards is just minimum lot size, minimum width, and making sure that it does have access to a road, which is Silver Salmon Drive. While it does not have availability to city water and sewer line, that just means that when they do develop, they'll be subject to the requirements of Alaska Department of Environmental Conservation. So that will just be something that they'll get approval for. And the only conditions that staff is recommending are the 4 conditions. They're just more housekeeping, particularly since the city is a participant within the National Floodplain Insurance Program. You'll see condition 3 and 4 is addressing that they show base floor elevation as well as the flood zones on this plat. That's just something that they'll have to address before it gets recorded, as well as the borough is looking at the same thing. But I just want to make sure that we're addressing it and that people start recognizing that we are a participant of that and they need to start showing these flood zones. And that's pretty much summarized staff's presentation. Staff is just recommending that your commission adopt this resolution approving this preliminary plat to subdivide this one parcel into 2 lots. And this is a recommendation to the borough to approve, subject to the listed conditions. This concludes my presentation, and happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you. We can open it up for public testimony. Anyone wishing to testify to PZ 2023-12? Nobody online, I don't believe. All right, we'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for discussion. Any discussion? Commissioner Fikes, anything you'd like to ask? I'm going to take that as a no. All right, looks pretty straightforward. So I guess if we have no discussion, we'll go ahead and call the roll, please.
Commissioner Fikes? All right. Commissioner Costin?
Yes.
Commissioner Woodard?
Yes.
Commissioner Greenberg?
Yes.
Vice Chair Halsted?
Yes.
Chair Twait?
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Under item F, public hearings, G, unfinished business, we have none, and H was covered at the consent agenda. Takes us to item I, reports. I1, City Council, Vice Mayor Baisden.
Thank you, Chair Twait. So I think at the last city council meeting, the only thing that really pertained here to this group was ordinance 3363, which was in front of this body, and your recommendations were to move forward with it, and we did pass that, and that was to amend the code on the standard for commercial marijuana establishments, increase the standard for public notifications, and prohibited cultivation facilities in residential zoning districts, and that did pass unanimous. That's all I've got to report.
All right, any questions for the Vice Mayor? All right, do we want to try to get a borough report, or are we good?
I'll send her a message.
Okay,
We will do city administration.
okay, all right. All right, we'll move on to the administration vice, would you like to be Vice Mayor? Planning Director Mitchell.
Thank you, Chair Twait. I don't have too much to bring up, but I did want to say I apologize for the light agenda. Originally, there was going to be 2 plats, but due to last-minute changes, I had to pull that item. You'll see it on your next meeting. But also at the same time, when it comes to preliminary plats, the city has exactly 49 days from the receipt of it to bring it before your body, and if no action is taken, is deemed approved. So when it comes to these plats, I kind of just have to put it on the agenda at the earliest because I don't want to pass that deadline. At the same time, I've been really reading state statutes, and there's abbreviated plats. In other words, a quick way of processing certain plats. If they're a single lot and they're subdivided with less than 4 lots, already have dedicated roads, no vacation or no vacation of an easement or no variance, I'm probably going to be proposing amendments to the code that those kind of pretty standard plats be approved at administrative level. That way I don't have to bring it to a hearing. And that could kind of streamline a lot of these, mostly with that tight timeline and then going to hearing. The moment I receive it, I pretty much have to review it really quickly and schedule a meeting. So just expect that to come across your way as a staff amendment to the code. And then I want to give a last chance, if you want to go to the APA Annual Conference, Planners Conference, September 20th, 22nd, please let me know. I will probably register tomorrow because that's the last day for early bird pricing. But if you still want to let me know no later than August 21st, I don't mind paying the regular fees. That's not an issue, but that's pretty much the last day I can book a hotel with the discount through the organization. So thank you for those that responded, and if you're still interested, let me know. Besides that, also, one last thing. There is now a vacancy for my admin assistant. So the job has been posted on the city's website. I've decided to kind of switch it up to make it to part-time position. It is live and it's good. It's going to be open until July 25th. So if you know anyone, part-time, 20 hours, they'll still get, I believe, paid leave and paid holiday. In terms of benefits, it's kind of have to work out with HR. But if you know anyone, please pass that forward. So you might see my work being a little bit behind because I'm trying to catch up. But know that we're trying to push out as fast as we can to find a replacement. Other than that, I don't have anything else to report. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right. Additional public comment? Or do we want to get a hold of?
She responded, if you want to ask.
Okay. Commissioner Fikes, would you like to give us a borough planning report?
There's nothing to report since we last met.
Well, that's an impressive report. Thank you. Okay, now additional public comments. Anything? Good? All right, next meeting, July 26th. Anyone not planning on attending? Anyone, if it's nice out, would rather be somewhere else? All right, commissioners' comments and questions. We'll start with Commissioner Fikes.
All good. Just
All-
sitting in the parking lot, hoping my Wi-Fi stays good.
All right, very good. Commissioner Woodard.
I'm good, thanks.
Commissioner Costin.
With dip season here and tourist season here, we see a lot of heavy traffic right now, so please be cautious when you're driving and just expect what might happen. If you're making a left turn, I've preached this multiple times, do not turn your wheels if you're parked, stopped. Don't turn your wheels left until you're moving. I've seen it where somebody gets rear-ended and that gets pushed into oncoming traffic, so watch yourself with the traffic and be courteous to our guests, both in and out of state.
Good advice. Vice Chair Halsted.
Nothing for me, thank you.
All right, Commissioner Greenberg.
No, I don't have anything, thank you.
All right, and I won't hold this up 1 minute longer, so with that being said, business complete, meeting is adjourned.